Hi my loves, welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. The message I heard is that's the old profile. The scripture comes from Daniel 14 and 28. When the Babylonians heard this, they were angry and turned against the king. The king has become a Jew. They said he has destroyed Baal, killed the dragon, and put the priests to death. They went to the king and demanded, hand Daniel over to us, or we will kill you and your family. When he saw himself threatened with violence, the king was forced to hand Daniel over to them. They threw Daniel into the lion's den, where he remained 6 days. In the den were 7 lions and 2 carcasses, and 2 sheep had been given to them daily. But now they were given nothing so that they would devour Daniel. Baby, God said someone intended to throw you into the lion's den. Someone thought that you were going to be devoured in the lion's den. However, you came out stronger than you were in the first place. Somebody, you were thrown into the den, you were thrown into the pit, and when you came up out of there, you were stronger than you were before you went in there. God said it's a new profile. That's the old profile. They thinking about the old you. They thinking about the old you. They thought the old you would have fell for it. Yeah, the old you would have fell for it. Whatever this, like, it's something that somebody had set up a little trap. You may not have even realized that there was a trap that was set. Because guess what? The old you would have fell for it, but the new you ain't worried about that. The old you would have fell for the trap, but the new you will not fall for it. God said that's the old you. That's the old you. That's the old you. Somebody threw you into a pit with some lions, and they thought the lions were going to devour you. But you sat up in there and you looked at the lions and they looked at you, and you were looking at them and they were looking at you, and you were looking at them and they was looking at you, and you was looking at them and they was looking at you, and you was looking at them and they was looking at you, and that's it. You came out stronger. You came out stronger. You are no longer the person that you were when you were first thrown in there. No longer are you the person you were when you were first thrown in there. They were astonished to find that the lion could not do anything to you. They were astonished to find that the lion did not bother you at all. They were astonished to find that the lion could do you no harm. God said somebody threw you into a pit with lions and you came out stronger than you were before. They thought you were going to be devoured. But God said that's the old profile. They got your old paperwork. They don't have your new paperwork. They got your old paperwork. They got that old stuff. That stuff don't matter. God said you ain't even there no more. I'm being reminded. This is like somebody that's steady going to somebody's old Facebook profile and looking through, reminiscing over pictures that's 10, 20 years old, talking about, oh, that AR, that's old. All that is old. That's old. It's finished. It's done. It's through. That you ain't even there no more. You haven't logged in there in years. Let them keep checking it. That's fine. They can keep doing what they trying to keep up tabs. They keeping tabs on the old you. You ain't there no more. They sitting up there trying to argue with you on Facebook and making all kind of crazy posts. You don't even look on there no more. You ain't even following them if you are. God said that's the old you. That's the old you. They want to try to get you to say something. They want you to say, they got to get you to say something back. They got to type so they can get you to say something back. God said the new you don't even worry about what they say. The new you ain't looking at that stuff. The new you ain't worried about their nonsense and their foolery. You already know they got the same thing going on. You not worried about that. Why? Fight with them for what? Argue for who? Like, I just feel like this is somebody, they poking you. God said you ain't there no more. That's the old profile. That's the old profile. That's the old you. You are a whole new person. God said you have been washed in the blood. God has baptized you, and you are no longer there. You are no longer that person. You don't act like that no more. You don't do none of that no more. You ain't got time for that no more. That's finished. It's over. It's done. That's the old profile. They pulled up your old paperwork. They pulled up some old files. They pulled up stuff. You ain't even running with the same people no more. You don't even talk the same way no more. You don't even walk the same way no more. That's the old profile. That's the old you. They can hold on to them papers all they want to, but in reality, those papers are irrelevant. Those papers are old news. Those papers are pointless. It doesn't matter. That's the message. That's the message. That's the message, baby. That's the message. That's the message. That's the message. In reality, whoever this is for, this is the enemy that is pushing somebody to attack you because the enemy is upset that you have given your life to God. Satan does not like when people turn their life over to God. Satan don't like it. And for somebody, he had a hold on you. And now there are people that are feeling as though they have to attack you with this old stuff because they want you to go back to being the old you. God said those attacks will not work because you are his now. You belong to God. And God said he got a grip on you. He ain't letting you go. He has a grip so tight on you, he is not letting you go. God said you are his and he is yours. I'm thinking about the song, he's mine and I'm his. It doesn't matter what I did. Ooh. Baby, God said you are his. 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 You ain't going back there. He ain't letting you go back to who you used to be. He ain't letting you go back to who you used to be. Them days is over. They can sit there and reminisce on them pictures all they want to. They can sit there and reminisce on them old posts all they want to. They can sit around and daydream about old memories all day. If that's what they want to do, that's their business. But God said you are no longer there. It ain't going to work no more. It ain't going to work no more. You're not about to argue with nobody on Facebook all day no more. You're not about to go back and forth with nobody no more. You don't have time. God said he got you busy with his stuff, with his business. He got you busy with his business. He got you busy with what he wants you to do. You are going to accomplish what God said you are going to accomplish, and that's the end of it. God said the enemy ain't going to be able to come in between and try to mess that up. That's over. That's finished. That's done. That's through. God said you are who he says you are, and that's the end of it. You may have to deal with some people trying to remind you of what you used to do. Oh, girl, do you remember such a ... Oh, girl, do you remember when you used to ... Oh, girl, do you remember ... That don't matter. Yeah, I remember, but that's old. I ain't going back there. I ain't worried about that no more. Oh, they refreshed the club up. Oh, they got it all fed. That's nice. You enjoy. I'm good on that. God said you are no longer there. You are no longer there. You are no longer that person. You not finna, you got other things to do with your time. You have other priorities going on. God said he has given you something to do. He has given you a task, and you are going to accomplish the mission that he has given you. You are not going to go about and live your life for Satan. That's over. That's finished. That's done. You're not finna sit around and argue with nobody. You're not finna sit around and fight with nobody, especially over no social media. We ain't got time to be arguing with, what is it called? Keyboard gangsters. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. Who got time? What for what? Why? Like, I don't even do that on here. I already tell, like, anybody that come up on here trying to argue with me and go back and forth, blocked immediately. I don't have time. I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm doing what God told me to do. And that's the end of it. God called me and I answered. And that's it. It's not, I'm not, like, this wasn't, God didn't ask nobody for their opinion when he chose you. God did not ask nobody for comments and concerns. God didn't ask nobody for no points of reference. God was there. He saw, he saw, he saw. He sees everything. So why in the world would he go to somebody that only got 1/4 of the story to see what they think, when he had the whole story in the palm of his hands? Why in the world would he do it? It makes no sense. It's illogical. It's nonsense. God said he not worried about that. But he know one thing. You ain't going back there. You can go and they can send you in there with the lions all they want to. You gonna look at the lion and the lion gonna look at you. And you gonna look at the lion and the lion gonna look at you. And you gonna look at the lion and the lion gonna look at you. And the lion gonna figure out that it got something better to do. The lion gonna figure out that it has something else to devour. Anything. The lion gonna figure out that it's already full and it don't have no need to mess with you. God said you ain't gotta worry about that. Because guess what? You're no longer there. They got an old profile. And that's fine. They can hold on to that old profile. They got old pictures. And that's all right. They can cling to them old pictures. They thinking about old memories. That's all right. They can daydream all day about them old memories. You are no longer there. And they can let that go. And that's the end of it. God said you came back to him. He rejoiced in heaven when you came back to him. You are his. You are his. You are his. And that's the end of it. That's the end of it. God said that's final. God's decision on this is final. His decision on this is final. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.